story of the time I spent 5 hours doing makeup for free and ended up getting things stolen out of my makeup kit. One time I was contacted by a nonprofit organization asking me if I would be willing to do makeup for a mommy-daughter event. I had worked with this organization in the past and I was super excited to be able to do makeup while helping them out. The only thing is that I didn't exactly know what I was getting myself into. The organization was putting on a weekend-long retreat to give mothers and daughters a chance to bond. The girls there were between the ages of about 6 and 12, all of them accompanied by either their mother or a mother figure. The mothers and daughters spent all weekend doing fun bonding activities, and at the end of the retreat they would be rewarded with a mother-daughter photo shoot, directly following having gotten their hair and makeup styled. And that's where I come in. Originally, I was told that I would only have to attend the portion of the retreat where I was doing their makeup. But given that I had worked with this organization in the past, I went ahead and volunteered my time for the entire day. Whenever I arrived at the campsite, I was shocked to find that there was over double the amount of people that I had originally been told would be there. They had given me a strict time schedule, and my only concern was making sure that I could fit all of the girls into the time slot allowed for me to do their makeup. I found the director of the retreat and told her about my concern, and that's when she told me that I could start doing makeup whenever I needed to, as long as they were ready by the time the photo shoot started. A couple hours later, I started pulling girls one by one from their activities to come and get their makeup done. Just as I was finishing up the first girl's makeup, the hairstylist that they had asked to volunteer showed up. As she was setting up her station next to mine, I walked away for a second to go to the bathroom. Whenever I came back, I noticed that my foundation was missing and so was a concealer. I was more than sure that I had taken it out of my bag and placed it on the edge of the table next to my brushes. I looked all through my makeup bag, but I couldn't find them anywhere. This was a huge problem because I had just lost the most important part of the entire makeup look, and I still had like 15 more people to do. After looking through all of my things, I asked the hairstylist if she remembered seeing them on the table when she arrived. She said she remembered seeing them, but whenever I had gone to the bathroom that she went out to her car to grab her hair clips. This left me in a super awkward situation because now I couldn't do anyone else's makeup, and I pretty much had to go around to every single mother and daughter and ask if they had stolen my items. Spoiler alert, I don't know if you know this, but mothers do not react well to somebody saying that their daughter stole something from them. With the help of another volunteer, we searched through all the rooms, all the counters, all the bathrooms, and the kitchen, but we couldn't find my foundation or concealer literally anywhere. Even though I knew for sure that I had used them on the first girl I did makeup for, I decided to walk out to my car and make sure it hadn't fallen out of my bag. When I came back to my station, there they were sitting on the edge of the table, but someone had definitely messed with my things because there was makeup all over the lid and all over the outside of the bottle. I continued to work on people's makeup for the next couple of hours. No one ever came clean to tell me who touched my makeup, and I never really pursued it because honestly, it just would have been so awkward.
You guys, this is why you should always check your food before you eat it. Doesn't matter if it's wrapped, doesn't matter if it's prepackaged, check it. Okay, so I think this happened about a year ago. Me and my sister were visiting a friend's house and we were just waiting to like go somewhere. I think we had just eaten and I was like really in the mood for some dessert. So my friend had like a box of chocolates laying out, kind of like as a centerpiece decoration. And I was like, what's that? She was like, oh, those are some old chocolates. If you want, you can have some. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna say no to some chocolate. Yeah, we don't really eat chocolate, go ahead. Grabbed like 3. Gave one of them to my sister, ate one. They were really good. They were like Godiva chocolate. They were delicious. And my sister thought so too. All is normal in the world. For some reason, when I was unwrapping the second one, I don't remember if I had already taken a bite, and I think I did. Inside the chocolate was maggots. Here's like a representation. Unwrap, normal. Ha 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 ha. I never told her.
This is the story of the time I did makeup on a model and she was one of the worst clients I ever had. Before I get into the story time, I just want to introduce y'all to my friend Hallie. I'm going to be doing makeup on her face today instead of mine. And we're going to be doing a purple e-girl inspired look. Okay, now let's get back to the story. This model was actually a close friend of mine a couple of years ago, and she had reached out to me as a local makeup artist to have me do her makeup for a special event. The model in question here was one of those girls who didn't really wear any makeup unless it was for a photo shoot or a very special occasion. That being said, she was used to having her makeup done pretty often. She had modeled in multiple magazines and has since then appeared in multiple online and in-store ad campaigns for several big-name brands. When she arrived for her appointment, she had already explained to me that she wanted to look pretty, but kind of like she wasn't wearing makeup at all. Believe it or not, doing a no makeup look was actually a pretty frequent request among my clients. Also, I want you to keep in mind that I had never done this girl's makeup before, and I just kind of assumed that she would be totally used to the entire process since she had gotten her makeup done so many times for photo shoots. A couple minutes before her appointment time, she had texted me to let me know that she would be just a couple minutes late. On this particular day, I had clients back to back to back, so I wasn't really upset about her being late. I was kind of excited to actually get to sit down and have a short break. Well, she ended up being almost 30 minutes late to her appointment. As soon as she did arrive, she asked me if I had anything to drink or anything to snack on because she was so hungry and parched. I went into my kitchen and grabbed her a bottle of water and some fruit, and when I came back, she was completely glued to her phone. Usually, I would advise my clients to keep their chins and nose pointed up towards the ceiling just to make it easier for me to get to their face. But no matter how many times I asked her to please lift her face, she was just completely glued to her phone. Even while I was doing her eyeshadow, she had her eyes open, and while I was working on her face makeup, she was eating the grapes and drinking the water like I wasn't even touching her face. I never want to be rude to my clients, and I always want them to have the most comfortable and fun experience as possible. I also try to avoid pretty much any confrontation, so I really didn't know what to do in this situation because half of the time I couldn't get to the part of her face that I needed to get to finish her makeup, and even if I could, her face was constantly moving from the chewing, texting, and drinking. Not only did I find this particularly difficult to work with, I also found it really rude. Because of all of the distractions, it ended up taking me about half an hour longer to complete her makeup. Keep in mind, she was also half an hour late, and it actually ended up pushing back all of my other appointments for the day. At the end of the day, she absolutely loved her makeup and she gave me a tip. But after that, I've refrained from offering my clients any snacks or drinks if I'm about to do their makeup, and I still thought it was kind of rude. What do you think?
Did I mess up by buying my 2-year-old daughter a Peppa the Pig piñata for her birthday? This well-meaning gesture turned into tragedy happened today. Like many toddlers, my kid loves that horrible little creature called Peppa. While I was shopping for birthday supplies this week, I saw a Peppa piñata and instantly thought two things. The kid is going to love this, and I'm going to love seeing Peppa get deleted with a stick. She saw it a couple of times during the week, and each time she was like, "Peppa, hi Peppa, that's Peppa." So I knew without a shadow of doubt I had made the right choice. Cue the main event. In one corner we have Peppa, and in the other corner we have 15 older kids jacked up on cupcakes and soda. They don't care about Peppa, they only care about getting their necks fixed, and they know that fix is inside the paper piglet. My wife is holding up my daughter and I'm standing beside them. The first kid steps up and the adults are cheering and the kids are hyped. 3 swings and 3 misses. The families are laughing and cheering as the next kid steps up. First swing, miss. No issues yet. Second swing, some light contact is made, and this is where it goes downhill. I look over and see visible concern on my daughter's face. Third swing, contact. Full on twack. The parents cheer and the kids are now at a near fever pitch of excitement. Except for one. The one whose birthday we're here to celebrate. She burst into tears. She's 2. She doesn't know what the heck a piñata is. This is her first time seeing one. What she is seeing is her favorite cartoon character getting beat down by her cousins. Babe, maybe you should take her inside. I don't think this is going to end the way we thought it was going to. Yeah, you're right. That should be the end of the story, right? A lesson learned on what not to do next time. Nope. My wife needed to use the bathroom, so my daughter was wandering around the living room. My mom, who was in the upstairs bathroom, comes downstairs and saw my daughter and the excitement going on outside and scooped her up and brought her back outside. I'm on the other side of the yard as I see my mom come out with my daughter and I start walking towards them. Too late. She stops at the end of the deck, giving my daughter an unobstructed view of what happened next. The kill shot. One of the older kids let loose a thunderous haymaker and explodes Peppa. The parents cheer and the kids lose their mind. They're fighting each other for candy over the corpse of Peppa. My kid unfortunately lost her mind. Full on ugly cry while muttering, "Peppa, Peppa, Peppa," in between sobs. Thankfully, kids that age have short memories, but it took her a good 45 minutes to fully settle down from watching the murder of her beloved Peppa.